Hey guys, it's Ubiru and welcome back. So today I'll be showing you guys how to spawn a god into Conan Exiles without using cheats. So this is the legitimate way of spawning a god into Conan Exiles, and I'll be showing you all three gods in this video. So as you can see, I have Mitra, Yog and Set on this platform, along with their altars, for me to show you guys how to spawn each one of them legitimately. In order to spawn a god into Conan Exiles, you need to have a tier 3 altar, so you need to level it up from 1, 2 and 3. Once you've leveled up your altar to level 3, the next stage is crucially important. So the important thing here is you need a priest. To tame a priest, an AI NPC character. So you find those in the void, mostly in the northern parts of the map. You find the higher leveled creatures and people to tame. You find a priest, you knock him out with a truncheon, you bring him to a wheel of pain, you tame him. Now this is very important. There are 3 different types of priests in the game. So we have regular priests here, Mitra priest, we have high priests, and we have arch-priests. So in order to use the god, you need to have arch-priests. The first two, the priest and the high priest, increase the speed in which these items are built inside the shrine. So once you've tamed a thrall with the Wheel of Pain, you'll be able to put him in your inventory. So I have the Mitra Arch-Priest here, and all I have to do is pop him down the bottom here on it, and then this pops up, the recipe for true name of Mitra. So once I click this here, it says I need 200 lingering essence and 200 manifestations of zeal. So the zeal is accumulated when you purchase any of these, when you build any of these with some materials. And the form object, the lingering essence, is made by hitting people with this weapon. So there are 3 weapons, one for each of the gods. It's here in the top left for Mitra. So the Mitrian Ankh. And you use this to hit the bodies of enemies, and as they die you receive lingering essence, and you need 200 lingering essence, which is an awful lot in order to spawn the god. So as soon as you've done the killing below, the lingering essence will go to your inventory, and you will need to kill at least 200, possibly more. It's not always a guaranteed drop. So once this is all done, once you have the thrall in place, make sure it's an arch-priest, and you have all the required resources. Use the recipe here on the bottom right. So the next thing to do is to craft the recipe. So I have enough resources, going to craft it now, and it says here, crafting this item will destroy Temple of Mitra and any thrall in it. So doing this will unfortunately destroy the entire shrine and kill the archpriest. So everything that you've worked up to build is being sacrificed and wasted by creating the god. So press yes, the base is gone, so now I'm summoning Mitra. Now I have reduced the server time for the god. It's not a minute, which is a standard. I haven't increased it to 2 minutes. I've reduced it to 30 seconds to make this a brief video to show you guys, just to do this nice and quickly. So as you can see, I've spawned in Mitra the legitimate way, the way it's meant to be intended in Conan Exiles. So let's have a little walk around. Of course, I've turned player damage off buildings, so I can't accidentally destroy this nice little set of buildings I've made. So only 14 seconds left. Of course, in the real servers, on the online servers, if they're active, it'll be a minimum of 60 seconds. So you have some time to utilize this god. Now this god is pretty much up. 1 second to go, and there we go. So that's Mitra. So the next god of the day will be Set. So it's the same thing as Set, except you have a slightly different weapon. So this time you have a Setite ritual knife instead of the Ankh. It's the same rough amount of materials. So in here I have all 3 priests. I have the Set priest, the high priest, and the arch-priest. Of course we need the arch-priest to summon the god, so put the arch-priest on the bottom on here with the thrall. And there he is, as you can see, spawned nicely there. And it brings up this recipe for true name of Set. Now there are 3 more bars here, so one assumes there's going to be more abilities or different types of priests to summon perhaps more powerful things, or perhaps other very powerful items due to be released in the game at some point. So it's the same thing, really. With the Setite ritual knife, you have to kill enemies. I'll show you it here. So on my left hand, you have to kill enemies and take their hearts. So with the Setite ritual, you need human hearts, as it says here. Human hearts and, again, manifestations of zeal. Same as before, manifestations of zeal is made by producing any of these items. And the hearts you need to harvest from enemies. So just go on a brutal rampage, make many of these, kill as many enemies as possible, and harvest their hearts. And when you have 200, put them in the temple. You can craft the ability. So again, I'm crafting the Sanctum of Set. Do you want to destroy everything, including the Thrall? Yes, I do. I have the item now in my inventory, and I'm ready to use it in the middle of the platform. So this time it will be Set, which is the snake god, the legitimate way of summoning Set, the way it's intended. And there we go. The big snake god is now risen. And in my opinion, this is so good. The animation quality and everything, it's great, this snake, really. It's very powerful. So this is the second god, the Set, the legitimate way of summoning it. Of course, I'd only recommend you summoning these gods within close proximity of enemies' bases. And you want to make full use out of the god because it takes an awful lot of time to produce the god with the temples and then the materials required. So this is a very, very long way of creating a god. But I'm sure if the enemy has a big enough base, it will be paid off if you want to destroy it all. So now we're on the third god. So this is Yog, the cannibal god. So we have Priest, High Priest, and Arch-Priest. So Arch-Priest is what we need, and this is the Abyss of Yog. So the Abyss of Yog is what I have, and this time I'll be using the Yog Cleaver. So the Yog Cleaver, again, is a weapon which you harvest enemies' bodies, I believe, in order to get unblemished human meat, which is the required resource in order to spawn Yog. So again, all you need to do is produce these items over and over again to produce manifestations of zeal. I'm going to put my Thrall on the bottom right, the Yog Arch-Priest, and here we go, the recipe, true name of Yog. So produce these to get the manifestations of zeal and harvest as many bodies as possible to get the unblemished human meat, but make sure you're harvesting it with the Yog Cleaver. So now I'm going to go and click this and spawn in the ability to get Yog. So again, crafting this item will destroy Abyss of Yog and any Thrall in it. Continue, yes. So there we go, it's in my inventory. So now I'll go in the middle here and spawn in Yog. So this is quite a long-winded way, really, to spawn gods into Conan Exiles. Of course, if you have a big base at the grand scheme of things and you have a big empire, it's going to be no problem. But it's a lot of really time to throw away just to get a god for 60 seconds, which is why you have to make full use of it and not dolly around and you know, piss about, really. Now for the third god, Yog. Now this god is very powerful in that it can fly, and it's incredibly powerful. Probably not as powerful as the snake, but it has the ability to fly by pressing space. Incredibly powerful, and dive bomb as well. So this is how to summon the gods in Conan Exiles the legitimate way. It does seem quite long-winded, and it definitely is long-winded if you're on your own. But after a while, you end up having the god for 60 seconds. So it's a trade-off, really. You get rid of everything for the god for 60 seconds. So I hope you guys have found this video somewhat entertaining and somewhat helpful. And keep an eye out for more Conan Exiles videos on this channel very soon. And of course, guys, check out JBR Play, which I've done a collaboration video with. And I'll put that video in the description below. So again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.